Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, hope everybody's having a blessed day. All right, everyone. So I picked this up off of Amazon. I've been looking to get one of these for a while. Just hasn't arisen at a point where I felt like I wanted to get one. I saw it on Amazon. There was an open box one. It was for a couple dollars cheaper than it would have been for a full price one. I think it was $2 or $3 cheaper. I think I got this for $42 or $44. It's usually 40, 45, or 46, something like that. But it is the Comfort Grip handle on it, and the part number for this is 81055. It's the 1/4 inch drive. It's the flex head too. I wanted to get the flex head, not the regular. I wanted to get the larger one because it's a little bit easier to pull apart and take apart and show everybody the insides and internals. But as you can see with the Comfort Grip handle, it does have the harder overmold or undermolding. Overmolding still has the same kind of Comfort Grip as your 90 tooth. It's not too bad, but like I said, we'll see over time how this holds up. The other ones aren't really, with grease and grime, it's kind of getting stained in a couple spots, the 90 tooth that I have. Coming up, look at the head here. I like that they got the color into the gear wrench itself with the yellow. Like I said, and it's all roll stamped on there as well. And you also got your on and off stamped in there also. And on the body of the ratchet, you have the part number also stamped into it as well. And then for your flexing, you basically get a 180 degree from whatever side you're going to go with. And I believe these are dual pawl, just like your old style 120 XP ratchets, except it's just the head's a whole lot smaller. The older XP heads on these ratchets were huge, so this one's going to be a lot more tighter, so you can get in a lot more tighter spots with them. And like I said, the dog bone right here that it connects to, it's kind of beefy too. So we're going to see if we can get this switch at it as well, to see how that switch is held in there as well. Just to get you guys an overall length of it here, from front to top, or from top to bottom, the Comfort Grip is 9 inches, so you got 9 inches on the Comfort Grip. I do not have any the lengths of the non-Comfort Grips. Also, I wanted to compare this one to the Icon Flex Head, which you can see is a whole lot shorter, and that one's non-Comfort Grip, so I don't know. We got a snap one. This is an extra long handle, and this thing's pretty much as long as that one, non-flex head. And then you got the Nano Ratchet here, Astro Nano Ratchet with the small head as well, and it's almost as long as that. Just looking at the heads, the smallest head on here of them is probably still the this Astro Nano Ratchet, if you want the one with the smallest head, as you can see there. The snap one's pretty close, but it's still smaller. And then the Icon one, also like basically the same thing. It's still not smaller. So the Nano Ratchet is the smaller of the two heads, but so I'm going to give you guys that, and then also we can just take a couple of measurements for comparison between the two here. For just thickness of the body of the ratchet, not including the Comfort Grip, you're getting 9.97, so almost probably close to, okay, 9.5. 9.5, and then we'll go ahead and get the snap-on one, just the body, 10.9, almost 11, and then we'll go with the Icon one as well, just the body, 11.6, and then your Nano Ratchet, sorry, change it up, zero that out, make sure, and then the Nano Ratchet is 10.1, so yeah, it is the just the body wise, it's the thinner. Now with the anvil, we're going to measure it with the anvil, with the switch and everything else sticking out. And we're getting a 19.96, so about 20 mils. And then we'll zero it out. Now this is non-quick release, so it's going to be a little bit smaller. 19.3. And we'll zero it out again. We'll do the snap-on one next. 19.05. So you see that one's pretty thin from front to back. And then we'll do the Icon one last. 19.42. So yeah, the snap-on, then the new gear wrench. As far as thickness wise, that's what you got. We'll do side to side too. I'll just give you a quick measurement from side to side as well. Side to side, the ratchet 9.86, almost 20 millimeters, and then now ratchet 19. So you can see almost a full mil thinner. Your snap-on 88 tooth is 22.8, and then just your, like I said, icon is 23.16, 23.03. So around, we'll just say call it 23. We'll just round it up or down, the closest one. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get some Torx bits, because these are the face of these are like, these are Torx bits, and then on the side here looks like there's an Allen key for the side that holds the locking head in. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get some parts together, and we'll start taking this head apart real quick. All right, guys, so before we get into this, I want to go over this too. I also didn't put this on there. As far as the ratchet, it is made in Taiwan, and also they have a lifetime warranty. I know I didn't say that before, so I'm going to just add that in there. Okay, so for the regular hex bolt on the side, it's going to be a 2 millimeter, and then in the top up here, it's going to be a T9 for the Torx bit for the top. And we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to start with the side bolt first. Oh, and it's going to be in there pretty tight. So these are definitely Loctited, because that was pretty snug. Let me zoom in here for you guys a little bit more here. So here's the first one here. And it's got a blue Loctite, and then I'm not sure what this other powdery residue is. I think so, get some dirt or something in there. I don't know if somebody used this and then sent it back in, so we're just going to go ahead and pull that out first. And there's your the head itself. I think you got like 9 different locking positions you can lock this in. And then as you can see on here as well, there are it's got 3 teeth or so on that. 2 teeth of engagement, 3 teeth of engagement, maybe 4. 1, 2. So we got 4 teeth of engagement holding that head when you lock it into place. And then pull this spring out as well. And get the spring out. There might be a ball detent down in there. Trying to see if you guys can see down in there. It's hard to it's kind of hard to see if I can get it to focus. You see if I can zoom out a little bit. There you go. Right, if I can shine that down in there, you guys can see there is a like a little bar or something down in there, and you can see when it's locked in, it's into that position right there. It's got a flat position, and I guess that just it rides up onto this. As you can see, there is a that piece there is wedged shaped. There you go. And then the piece just comes right out. And there's a ball detent. So there you go. To get the switch out, you can just once you take the top of it out, you can just push it straight on through. And as you can see here, there's a ball detent that's inside here as well. And like I said, it just sits down inside here when it's locked, or when it's not locked, and it pushes it up to this position here. So you can see it pushes it up into the ratchet itself when you want to lock it. And when it's not locked in the unlocked position, it's sitting down. So that little bit there, like I said, you got a ball detent, another spring that's down inside here in the very bottom of it. There's your other, you guys can see that other spring for you here. There's the other spring. I'm not going to pull it all the way out, because I'm sure that's going to be fun getting that back together. So I'll probably do that offline. But anyway, so let's go ahead and we'll get into this head right here. We'll switch to the other one as well. And these should be the same kind of Loctite. Like I said, they had blue, and it had some other kind of something else in there that was causing it to come out pretty easy. I don't know if it was like a like a hard glue or something maybe. I'm not really sure. But we'll go ahead. Here's the other 2 screws. You can see the blue Loctite on them as well. And we'll put them off to the side up here. And that's all that really holds that front of that plate on. So here is the faceplate of the Ratchet. And it's about a 1/16 of an inch thick there. Like you say, does come lubricated. You can see the oil on that Ratchet as well. And then to pull here's the head off, and then again you can see the grease inside there, grease on back of the anvil itself. And as you can see onto the thing there is an O-ring that is onto the front of this Ratchet. So it is, I believe it said online that it was a completely sealed head. So at least on the front there's a gasket on that. I know some of the gear wrenches have a O-ring that goes on the faceplate that goes around here, but that is a nice tight seal. You shouldn't have to have a plate or a seal right on top of that plate, but the anvil and then the other part. And as you can see, the dual pawls, and they are alternating. That's how you get your 120 tooth, or your 120. You got a 60 tooth head, and it alternates between the two. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull these out, making sure that we don't mix these up. This is the one in the front, and it says 120 tooth, looks like. So that one was in the front. And then the one that's in the back, the slot was facing to it. And then this one also, I believe it's has a part number on it too. So this one has a part number on it as well. And then you look down inside there. See if I can get this for you guys. You've got dual detents down in there for the pawls. So each pawl has its own detent. So see if I can get these out for you as well. And then we'll see if we can go ahead and get right to the one. Here's your other detent for the spring. Now the shorter spring, one's a little bit longer than the other. I don't know if it's just because it came out, and it was because it came out. So there you go. And there you go. The head just fell out. And as you can see on the switch here, it looks like you have another little detent hole down inside there, but I'm not going to pop that ball out. So you got another spring and probably another ball sitting in the side of this head as well. And as you can see here on the switch of it here, you do have a little O-ring on the back of it here. If you guys can see that or not, it's kind of hard to see. Getting a weird thing off this light here, but yeah, you do have a little O-ring on here. I can see it spinning here as I turn it. So we're going to go ahead and start this assembling this. All right, guys, let me go ahead and see if we can get some of this back together. I may go ahead and put some of it back together offline just because I don't want to bore you guys with getting this in there. But yeah, we're going to start with the detent, and then your or the switch. Then we'll put our 2 detents back inside here. Do the back one first, and then this just popped off. All right, let me pull this bag out. It already this is already going to be a challenge because the spring does not want to stay. Spring doesn't want to stay in. Let me try this again. Go ahead and grab this again. I got these little tiny tweezers here, but I don't know. They're going to be the best for this because they are kind of flimsy. Thought they would be better because they're not magnetic, but they're also really flimsy pieces of plastic, so they're kind of just sliding off here. Trying to get the detent to go into the hole here with it. Yeah. I got one in. let me, I'll cut back to you guys after I get the second one in, make this a little bit short. Okay, well that went right in there. I don't know why I switched. As soon as I switched the camera off, the first try it goes right in. So that's kind of weird. Okay, anyway. Okay, so we put those in first. And then we're going to go ahead and put our alternating pawls in the back. And then we're going to have one of them facing up with the slot. Let me try this here again here. There we go. One facing up and then the other one facing the other way. Like that. And now we'll see if we can go ahead and slip the anvil back in behind all that. Okay, anvil's in. Now we'll go ahead and I can switch it the other way and make sure it works. And from all the videos that I was watching online, this ratchet has very good low back drag in it too, so that's pretty gonna be pretty neat to also check out once we start doing some of the back drag test stuff, just to see how the back drag is. But from everybody's video that I've seen, CP's channel and all the other channels, every channel that I've seen that has one of the lowest back drags that they've seen. Alrighty, so we can get this back in there. Alright, these are your T9 Torx bits. These things are tons of Loctite on them, so we're just gonna go ahead and re-put that back in. Oh, this one here, a little bit of stuff from this pad that I'm working on here. Some of the pad was stuck into the hardware of the bolt, or the hardware of the torque screw. So we'll go ahead and put them in there and just snug it down. And there you go. Heads back together. Now the fun part's going to start, because now we got to get the detent. The ball's got to go inside here first, and then you got to drop in. Then you got to get the switch in once you have the ball in there. And then the rest of this is going to be pretty easy. Once you got that in there, it should all go in there pretty easy. And you got to make sure that the locking, the piece that has a lock here. Now, one of these sides here, it has a lock on it. That was actually facing the front of the ratchet. So you got to make sure you have, I want to make sure I put that back in the right spot. I don't want to flip it the other way, because then it won't go back together the right way. So this is going to have to go back in this way with the lock on the front of the ratchet. So I'm going to go offline. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on this ball, and I'm going to drop it down through the top here. Drop it down in there. And then I'm going to try and hold it down with something, and then try and fish this locking switch back into it. And I will cut back with you guys once I get that in there. We should be good to go after. Alright guys, that was actually a lot easier than what I thought it was going to be here. Put a little bit of this bicycle grease onto the spring itself, slid the ball over it, just to help it stick to it a little bit, and I just slid the spring into the back. Got a nice big hole here. You can get the screwdriver in, so it was pretty easy to put that back in. So once you get that in, you can drop your spring back that I just dropped on the ground. Drop your spring back in like that. Push your spring back in. Then here is your I said a detent, or a pawl, whatever you want to call this, for the head. And now this doesn't really matter which way you go and put it back in. Both sides are the same. Actually, it does matter, because you got a flat spot here. So I didn't pay attention to that when I took it out. So we're going to take this flat spot, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it this way first. And if it doesn't fit, then we'll take it back out, and I'll flip the flat to the other side if it doesn't want to lock. So we're just gonna have to go ahead and try it both ways and see which way goes the best. And also, this side's threaded, this side's non-threaded, so you got to slide it through this way too. So you got to pay attention to what side the piece is going into. So let's go ahead and lock. Push this through real quick, and we'll just start it. I'll just get her started, and then we'll go ahead and just try it out and make sure we got it facing the right way, because I don't want to get too far into this and have it. So right now it's locked. So let me unlock it. And then we'll hit the lock button on it now. Okay, and it's locked. So we'll hit the unlock button. Okay, so I think we got it in the right way. So it looks like the piece with the flat end was facing the front as well. I'm not going to take it apart and try it the other way and see if it still works. It's working now, so we're just going to go call it. That's the way that it comes out. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to finish locking this back down. Now this was in there pretty tight. Actually, it was in there really tight, but anyway. That, just double checking the lock. And that's good. Pop it back open. Lock it again, just double checking. Everything looks good with there. All right, guys, let's look at the anvil wiggle here as well. Do got a tiny bit of anvil wiggle. And let me go grab a socket. We'll just check the detent, the ball detent, just to see how snug it is with the with a socket. All right, guys, so we're going to go test this gear wrench ratchet with a gear wrench 1/4 inch drive socket. It's a 15 millimeter. We'll just see how closely it fits to the head. Now, as you can see there, guys, it is with the gear wrench socket, yeah, it's a tight fit right up against the side of the ratchet, so there's not a whole lot of room right there, and a lot of like I said, there's a little bit of wiggle room in the app, but the ball detent also, it's not super tight. Let me go get that snap-on ratchet, and we'll just compare it to a snap-on ratchet. Alright, guys, so we got the snap-on ratchet here again. We'll just compare it to the snap-on ratchet detent. And the snap-on ratchet, definitely the detent's a whole lot stronger, but as you can see, the snap-on, it sits a little bit further away from it, but it's on there pretty tight. The snap-on, its detent is a little bit tighter of a detent, but it's not bad. Shake it. Not gonna fall. It's not gonna fall off on you, so you should be good to go with this ratchet. All right, guys. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap this video up for you. I just want to say thank you, guys. God bless. I hope this was educational to you guys. If you just hit the like button for me, that'd be greatly appreciated. I just say God bless you guys and have a great day. Thank you.